Hi everyone, Kathy back with Big Barn Blooms again. I keep saying that again. I've got a cute one for you today. It's a cute one and it's not a bunny. We're kind of flipping the script on the bunny today. Let me get this started. Oops. You can kind of see my, let me tilt this down so you guys aren't looking at my ceiling fan. That's not a fun look. That would make me kind of motion sickness, I think. Let's go like this a little bit. Get those spinning blades out of there. There we go. A little better. Gotta have a fan on though. So happy Tuesday afternoon. Am I straight? It looks like it. So say hi. Tell me where you're watching from when you come on. Hi Rita. Yay, Rita's on. So today we're doing a spring arrangement, but it's not going to be a bunny, so I'm kind of excited about it. I'm a little bunnied out right now, but I do have more bunnies to do. So today, oh, by the way, for those of you watching in the Reading area, this guy back here, this exact class workshop was sold out to a private group. So, but never fear, I went digging and I found a few more of them. Don't have any more of the ribbon, but we're going to do another one without ribbon, another workshop. It'll be very small, like 4 people. But if you missed out, and I'm going to try to message everyone, if you missed out, you know, it's sold out, I'm going to have another one. It'll be in March. So never fear, because people are like, oh, I wanted it for my front door. I know. It went quick, so we're getting another one going, but it'll be very, very tiny. So, but at least we have another one. Okay, let's see what we got going here. Rita's in Colorado. How's the weather in Colorado today, Rita? Are you guys getting a lot of rain? Because I know we're getting dumped on right now. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. Okay, so you guys, we're going to do this little enamel pot. Isn't this cute? I love enamel. I love enamel, especially for spring and for Easter arrangements. And this is kind of springy Easter. Look what I'm putting in it. This is what we're building around. It's a little duck, little sizeable duck pretending to be a rabbit. Isn't he cute, right? So this will be a novelty arrangement, which is my favorite, of course. Don't ask me where I got him, because I got this little guy, and I got 2 of them, but I bought it on clearance last year after Easter at Michael's. I didn't see him this year. I looked, because I was thinking he'd make a cute little class in a little container like this, but they didn't have any. So there's other novelty ones this year, but yes, this was last year. That's why I say shop after the holidays and you'll get some good deals. So, but isn't he cute? So you got beautiful sunshine. I'm waiting for sunshine. We have been solid rain here in California. We're being dumped on. I mean, every day there's alerts on our phones. Flood watch, and I'm like, oh, we haven't had any floods, but all of the creeks and rivers are very, very high. So hi Frenchie, good to see you on. Hi Annie, good to see you too. Okay, so this is the little guy. I mean, if you could find a little chick and put some little ears, because they sell tiny ears, it wouldn't be hard to glue them on. But isn't he cute? His ears even have wires so you can bend them. How cute is that? So anyway, we're going to put him in here. Now, if you've ever worked with these little sisal guys, you'll notice they have these little stakes coming out of their feet. That's how you attach him. So there's 2 little spikes. So I went ahead and put my foam in. And the foam, I staggered it. In the very bottom, I put a piece of dollar store foam because I was like, oh, I should just put the foam in. And I'm like, let me just use scraps. Always have a box of scrap styrofoam, you guys. So I staggered it so that we could put different levels of stems in, but have his little platform on top. So he's already in there. Oh, Pam, Target has them. Similar. Good. So this will be cute. And this is going to be a little bit airy. This isn't going to be a really thick one like I've been doing. So let's get this guy in, and then we'll get going. He's so cute. I just love this guy. So I'm just going to, you know what, I'm going to see if I can put some picks on his feet. so that he is really in there. And I think I can. Let's see. If I can get it over there and have it stick. Oh, it worked. So that's going to be a little bit more secure than just the little piece of wire coming off of his little webbed feet. So yes. Look at that. So we have picks on him. So now I can push him in and not worry about him popping back out. I was going to put, if you don't have a machine, I was just going to put some glue on though. And I'm going to put him at a little angle. Let me get him in and I'll show you. And again, no moss till the very end. So he's not going to go super far forward. I have other things to put in, kind of in the middle here. And he's at a little bit of an angle. Little bit. Isn't he cute? Look at him, he's so cute. So this could be fun. He's got little flowers around his neck. Love it, love it. Okay, so what we're going to use with this guy, first for some height, we're going to cut some lavender down. Won't that be cute? So we're going to use lavender. I've got assorted greens. I don't think we're going to need a lot of greens because we're going to make this pretty airy, but I did grab some greens, some different ones. And then we're going to use some tulips. And then we're going to use some of these little pink flowers from Hobby Lobby. So we have the little pink ones. And then these are the white ones that were on sale this last weekend from Michaels. So those are our colors. But of course we're not going to use all of these in here. It'd be overwhelming. Just little pieces of them. It'll be really nice. And then, you guys, after all those, I put some little eggs. Remember I showed you my egg haul from Home Goods a week or so ago? So we're going to put some of these bright colored eggs. I loved these eggs. Let me see if I have a brand new package of them. Yes, I do. Okay. So these eggs were from Home Goods. And I love them. Hi, Jamie. Good to see you. I love these guys because, hi, Kathy, because they were bright. Like normally the eggs are pastel, like this, right? So normally they're kind of like this. These were bright, bright raspberry pink. So when I was putting this together today, I'm like, ooh, look at how good that goes with this color palette. So we are going to use some of these. And I went ahead and I already put some little stems on, right? And then, so like I said, when you cut your stems, keep the scraps because all of these, that's all I did was poke them right through the bottom and add a little glue. So now I can pick them into the arrangement. So we have a bunch of these to use. And, so excited about this. We have some little mushrooms. These came from Michaels. Yes, last year again, but they do have some. Maybe not exactly like this, but similar. So, and you can get these mushrooms now, I think, at Hobby too. So we have 3. Let me see if I can get them out of here. Look at the 3 sizes. And I love that they pick up his coloring. So we're going to put these in too. So, and you know the important thing about these little novelty items like the eggs and the mushrooms? You don't always need blooms. You don't need flowers all the time to do an arrangement. I do have these, and I do have the white ones and the little pink ones. But really, if I wanted to, I could ditch these. I really could because I have those raspberry eggs, and I could just use these. So if you're short on blooms, and blooms are expensive, think about little tiny flowers you have and little novelty items that you can add to get your pop of color, and they kind of represent the blooms. So we're going to be putting a little bit of everything in, and this is going to be another wild arrangement, but we're going to do it pretty airy, so I think you guys are going to like it. Very, very easy. These tulips, Rita, these are the tulips you find at TJ Maxx, Home Goods, all those Marshalls this time of year. And I think they sell a ton of these on Amazon, different colors. Look, on Amazon they're expensive. They're the Real Touch, so if you search for them online, they're called Real Touch tulips. And they come in all the colors, like I used yellow ones and pink ones in that wheelbarrow the other day. So Real Touch, and I love the color on these. And look at how well it matches these. So I was like, oh yeah, and I got these last year. So, but I've seen them this year at Home Goods and TJ Maxx. So we're going to use those. Okay, let's see. Bosco's. So what is a Bosco? Bosco? So we don't have that out here on the West Coast. Another type of a Hobby Lobby store, Annie? Is that what that is? Let's see. Jamie's on, Kathy's on, Pam. Good group, guys. Okay, so let's get started with this little guy. He's so cute. So, oh, and I wanted to talk about these. Look at the lambs here. These are wreaths. This is what I wanted to talk about. Me and my sales, you guys. These are Christmas. See the Christmas tag? I went when Christmas, I don't go when it hits 70. I wait till 90% off. And there's usually very little left. But sometimes you can find some good things. I gotta take a drink of water. I'm gonna start coughing here. Sorry. Oh. So, these were 90% off Christmas. I wanted a few touches of the lamb's ear. $11.99, so $12. Basically, I paid $1.20 for these. And there's a ton of lamb's ear on here, so I'm going to cut them down and add some little pieces. So I only need one of those. But I had to bring that up because I keep harping on shop the sales after the season. Put it away for next year. And yes, it's a pain to store it. It is such a pain to store it. But you save the money. And like a lot of people tell me, your classes are way too inexpensive. My workshops, you know, like this guy's 69 bucks. If I bought that, even wholesale during the season, I would have probably close to the price of the workshop in that. But I shop the sales. So, and then I pass it on to my followers and my workshop customers that come and take my workshops. So try shopping the sales, you guys. You won't regret it. And then just find a crate that you can put them all in. Okay, toss that down there. Let me see. Oh, it's a clothing store. Cool. Yeah, we don't have those there, but that's kind of good to know for those people watching that are closer to the East Coast. Okay, so let's start. I want to start with some lavender, and we're just going to break this down a little bit. I hate breaking down lavender bushes because they look just so cute just stuck in a little pot, but we are. And this is Hobby Lobby. I love Hobby Lobby's lavender. Now this one says $14.99, but I think they're more now because, of course, I stock up when they're on sale, and I'll buy quantity and put them aside because I know I'm going to use them all spring. So these have been in a bucket for a while because, you know, some of these I even use when I'm doing my little vignettes for my pictures and whatnot. So we're going to cut these down a little bit. It doesn't take much. And we're going to add each little stem has like 3 little lavender on it. So you don't need but a couple stems just to add this little touch of lavender. So easy. Okay, let me try to pop some of these off here. Got to separate them a little. And I think we're going to use like 3 of them. I think it's all we need. I just want a little touch of it. Like I said, this is going to be a very simple arrangement. You guys are going to go, oh my gosh, I could do that, because you can. You absolutely can. So we're going to go ahead and get a stem. If you don't, this is a pretty strong stem that you could just add a little glue and push it right on in. But we're going to add a little bit of a pick on there. Let me turn this around backwards so I can see about where I'm putting this guy. And I think we're going to start right around here. And he's going to come up right behind our little duck, chick, whatever he is. But I like the pop of purple. Really, really nice. Oh, it's trying to go behind his ear, or in front of his ear. So we're just going to do a cluster of it. His little tail's getting in the way, but that's okay. So right like that. Little pop. Can you see where we're going to go with this? He's going to be so cute. Very light and airy. Okay. We may have to, oh, I gotta reinsert that more at an angle because it's going too far forward. So sometimes you just gotta take it out, put it back in again, and make it just right. And now that looks pretty good. So we have a little group of lavender growing up behind him. So next, let's do let's put in our tulips because I want my large items that are going to tower a little bit in first. Okay, so some have leaves. When you get these bunches, some have leaves, some don't. So I'm going to use all the ones with leaves. Well, not all of them, but some of them. So we're only going to need 4. And what I'm going to do is group some on one side, maybe put one on the other. We'll see how these work. I think I'm going to go ahead and insert these separately. I'm not going to try to put 2 in one. I have a small area on the top of this bucket I'm working in. So, but this is where you can see, this is the top piece of foam. There's another piece of foam down here. So I can actually work off of both levels. So let's put this guy right down here. So cute, you guys. And then we're going to do one up above. Easy, easy, easy. I'm going to come right in between the lavender. And it's going to tower a little bit like that. Such an easy arrangement, you guys. I can't wait to see someone try this. Pam, you're going to be running to Target, aren't you? Are you going to run to Target? Just tell me. Just tell me. I know you are. How big is the duck? This duck, let me measure him because he is little. Let's see. Let me take this tag off of him from last year. He's a little duck. But I'm not good with measurements, so I've got to pull out my tape measure. Here I got this big old honking 25-foot tape measure, but it'll work. So he is about, with his ears up, he's about 7.5 inches tall with his ear extended. And his width is probably about 5 inches. So 5 by 7. He's not real big. But is he cute or what? And you know, this is the one I grabbed to put in there. And then I went, nah, I need a sisal duck or chick. I think he's a duck. Duck or chick. He's got the little web feet, but who knows? Anyway, I went, we got to use him. He's just too cute. Okay, so we have 2 of those there. Let's do a third one down a little bit lower, and then we can bend these little leaves around to make them make sense. Let's see. Maybe one in the back there. And this little tail's going to get in the way again, I can tell. Let's see. But we'll make it work. So right like that. Isn't that sweet with just 3 little tulips? This one I'm probably going to put over here. So let's repick that because I think I made it too long. Turn that back around. Yeah, I think one on this side would be good too. We're just kind of framing him a little bit. Nope, shorter. Gotta be shorter. I don't want everything up at the same height, so we're just going to bring this one down just a little bit more. Right like that. What do you think so far? See it coming together? Just a few minutes. And it's really, really easy. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of greenery before I do more flowers. Because at the end we'll just accent it with some flowers. So again, this is one of those picks. This was the one that was called Tea Leaves from Michael's sale. And I hope everybody was finding those. A lot of people did some online shopping this weekend that watched my lives. Some people struggled. Some people were like, I can't find it, or it's more than it should be. And that's why I finally did the separate post. So if you're watching, I did a separate post from the live, from any other post. And there's a piece of fern on the front. Now the one that just shows all the random things, that was just a little video I made quick just to remind you guys that was the last day of the sale, right? But I did do a post with a single piece of pick of fern as the cover page, but inside are all the links to the ones I use the majority of the time. So I hope that helped. You just kept grabbing. I know, that's how I put another order in. I have some big boxes coming tomorrow, but you know, I gotta get the getting while the getting's good, because like I said, I'll be using these throughout the summer and probably some into the fall too. Okay, so we're gonna grab some of that lower foam. I gotta use my needle nose to get all the way down in here. And we're gonna start framing up the green. It slipped off. Pushing too hard. So we just need a few pieces of green to spill out, right? Doesn't need to be super thick. So let's do that now. Just a few pieces here and there, because we do have some other little greens we're going to use. Okay, so let's put one on this side. Again, I'm going to get my needle nose. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm using my needle nose to grab the metal pick to push it in so I don't break it off. And then we'll just kind of gently bend it over the side of the container. Oh, thanks, Annie. Yeah, it's an obsession. It's an obsession. I don't know. I'm like, ooh, I could do this. I could do that. It's like, oh my goodness. There's a store, Pam knows this, there's a store in Rockland, California called Pottery World. That is my playground, man. I just walk in there and they have the best floral designers and I just study. I'm like, I can make that. I can make that. I just sit and study. I love it. It's my thing. It's my thing. So, but you know, keep following me because you guys you'll get the bug. You'll start seeing how easy it is, and you know, if you really look at some of the designs I did in the last week, a lot of them are very similar. This is very similar to the pedestal arrangement. Just some different types of flowers, but the same general design. There's not too many designs out there, you know, as far as the structure of them. You just change the blooms. So, check it out. You'll see. And I don't want this one to be super big either. I don't want this to tower a lot. So I'm keeping all this pretty low. Where's another pick? Start breaking it down. Okay. Now these are just kind of like my fillers. And I have some lighter fern type pieces coming in. And I think that might be all I use of those, just 4. We'll put this aside, because let me show you what I want to use. This will accent at the end. But this is so pretty. This is a Hobby Lobby bush. And I want a piece of the fern, but I'm not using my regular fern. I only have 2 of these. I've got a lot more of that fern coming in, but I'm like, do I want to use those? It would look so cute in there. I don't know. Yeah, I do have a piece over there staring at me. Gosh, it's calling to me. Use the good fern. This is good fern too, but this has a little bit more of a plastic look. But that fern that I kept plugging, you guys, I love it. I love the look. And I don't know, we may have to put this in, because I do have a bunch coming in. Wouldn't that be pretty in here? What do you guys think? Use the fern? Stick with what I brought to the table? Oh, Pottery Barn. Yes, I love looking at Pottery Barn. This one, the one I'm talking about, and you probably know that, Frenchie, is Pottery World. There's 2, well, I don't know, do they still have the El Dorado Hills location? I don't think they do. They just have the one in Rockland. And it's this beautiful home decor store that sells pottery outside, all the beautiful garden pots, and they have a restaurant in there too. I love it. Every time I go see Pam, I'm like, hey, let's go. So, which we're due, Pam. We're due to go see their spring, and then we'll probably do a live from there when I get down to see Pam and go over there, because I did pictures at Christmas. Go back in my posts and look at my Christmas pictures. It's over the top. It is so gorgeous. I love it. Yes, world. Okay. And everybody's like, yes, fern. All right, you guys, I'll use the fern. I was trying to keep it off the table, but I just can't. I can't not use it in these spring designs. Okay, so now I'm going in this back piece of foam that goes straight down. I'm just going to go into the side of it. So I'm going to use some of these for the filler in the back, because we want the back to look nice, but we don't have to use real high-end stuff to fill the back, right? Right. So we'll use some of these. They're pretty. And I'm going to put a little bend on it like that, just like a seat, okay, an L. So I can go on the side and yet it'll stand straight up. If I went on the side, it's going to jet out the side of my container over the lip. We want it to stand straight up. So just put a bend on it like that. And then you can get it in the side of the foam, but it'll stand up in the back of your arrangement. Whoops. Hold on, I went into a pick. Right like that. So see, it will stand up if you do that. This one is draping a little more, so let me, in fact, I'm not going to use that piece. It's not flat enough. This is flatter, so we're going to go ahead and use this. Cut it a little bit. Got excited about that other fern. So I'm like not paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to put another bend like that, if you guys can see that. And then we'll go into the side of that block, but this will stand straight up. So that's what you do when your foam does not come above your arrangement, because I'm having to go down into the pot and into the side of it. I didn't want this coming up above the lip too much. Did not want that look. And it's okay, because look at, I'm still able to get these, sorry mushroom, to stand up enough. Okay, so we've got a couple of those. Let's see, let's put some in the front now. We have a few of these, so we're going to keep it light and airy still, but we need a little bit of filler in the front before we add the good fern. And it's that bright green, that bright lime green. Just make sure arrangements pop. I could have ordered a truckload. You know, I'll always use it. It's like, oh my gosh, I want more of that stuff. So this will come in here. Right like that. So see how we're keeping it low? It's low around the edges. This is coming up. So we're not making it too, and I don't want to cover him. So notice I'm kind of keeping it kind of scarce in the front on purpose. And his little feet are so cute. I don't want to cover his feet. So, okay. That's looking pretty good. I'm going to bend these a little more. So we just want it light and airy. We don't need it super thick. Okay. So next, I don't think we need any of that. See, and I wanted to use some of this. Look at this fern, you guys. This was Michael's. This kind of a fern. It's more like a sword fern. This was last year, spring. They didn't get it this year. I was so bummed because I like the two together. This is my favorite combo. These two just make such an impact in your arrangements. They didn't get it in, but you can buy it in their normal section, but it's through the roof. It's like 20 bucks a bunch. I'm like, no, have a few from last year. I use those. We'll do without. It's too much money. Your arrangement would be so expensive if you did that. I'm going to put a couple pieces in from these that I had left over. And yes, I'm going to rip them apart just like the others. And then we're just going to use a few pieces just to add interest. Because again, this is like a little animal sitting in the middle of a little meadow with different kinds of ferns and things going on. And we want to see that fern. So see that fern? Oh, don't fall eggs, they tipped. See the fern coming out there? What a difference. So let's put a couple more pieces in. Just makes a difference. All right, on this side now. Just a little bit. So it's going to kind of, I don't want to say camouflage the first green we put in, but this green is fairly inexpensive, right? It's a filler. But this, when you start adding these ferns on top of those fillers, it takes on a whole new look. So use your cheaper greens in the base and for your filler, and then accent with these, and it'll look like you did the whole thing in beautiful ferns, even though you didn't. So you get the look for less. So we're going to put a couple more pieces of this in, and I'm going to come right in front, spilling out. One pick, and it's going to do this whole thing. The back is looking pretty scraggly, so don't look back here right now. We're going to fix that. So see how that's just changing the front there with that greenery? I love it. Okay, throw these away. Let's put a couple more of these in. Get these together. I think I'm going to put one of these in the back here. Back behind him, just peeking out a little bit right there. See that? Oh yeah, that's a good look. So there's what we got so far. Super, super easy. Throw away my trash. Okay. So for now, we're good on this. Let's drop that up there. And we are good on this. So I'm going to drop this. It's a little crowded up here, so drop that back there. Okay, so what do we want to go for next? I think we should go for eggs and mushrooms. And then we can fill in with some flowers and the good fern at the very end. So let's dump our little bushel. And then I gotta get a couple more little stems to use for the mushrooms. So again, my little stash. Let's see how these do. If I can get a little stem in here. Oh, yeah, they're styrofoam. Oh, I was sweating it. Like those carrots just unwove on me. I'm like, please, please be styrofoam. So we're going to glue these ones. I didn't do these ahead of time. And let those get set up a little bit. So again, all these novelty things that you see at the craft stores, put your own picks on them. Don't buy them on picks. They're way, way too much money when you do that. When you can just, you know, put a piece of plastic wire and glue it into them, and you've made your own on a stick or on a pick. Easy, easy, easy peasy. Okay, here we go. There's two. Where's my little guy? Look at the little one. He's so cute. Yeah, I get obsessed over little things like this. But it's what I love to do, so. Okay, this one's really resistant, so I'm going to use my pliers. Got it. Sometimes I've glued like that. Be careful. Be careful when you do that, because sometimes on little tiny projects I've just like pushed too hard. It's gone right through into my finger. So be careful. You can burn yourself. You can stab yourself. This is a dangerous hobby, you guys. Very dangerous. Okay. Oh, that's nice, Frenchie. Carrots at the dollar store, 3 different sizes. I need to get over there. I was over there for Valentine's Day and didn't get back over there again. Annie has the bug now. I like it. Ooh, you're going to Maine for the Lobster Festival. I am so jealous. We don't have lobster festivals out here in California. That's so cool. But I can't wait to travel this summer. We have an RV too, and I love it. And I love like putting the tablecloth out on the picnic table and decorating a little bit. So much fun. It's just a whole thing, isn't it, Annie? It just really is. Okay, so let's do these first, more so than the eggs, because they're so cute, and we need to figure out exactly where we want them. Now, they're kind of big for him. I don't care. He's a baby duck. I'm calling him a duck. So, duck, chick. I think he's a duck. So, let's see where we want these guys to hang out. So, I'm going to put a pick on him. And we've got to get him all the way down to the ground, too. This guy's going to hang out in the back a little bit. Probably going to bend this tulip out a little more, because I don't want to hide him. And then we're going to bring him down. Now there's going to be some more fern and stuff we're going to put in, so he doesn't need to go all the way to the ground, but pretty close. But look how cute. These are just adorable. Adorable. So we'll cut this a little shorter. Adorbs, right? Let's put another little one back here. So we're kind of framing him. I'm going to put one in front too. I think I got too close to the other stem. It starts getting crowded on this little piece of foam, this little block. So I hit another one and I can't get it any further, so I got to move him over. Happens all the time. Oh my gosh, so cute. How adorable is that? These little novelty pieces they're making now, years ago we didn't have these. It's like, not at all. I love them. Look at that, with 2 little mushrooms. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's put this third one in. Yes, we're using all 3. They're just so cute. Okay, let's see. We'll put him in an angle right in front. Why not? You know what, let's come out a little more. I'm kind of going into the front of this block, not on the same flat level, but I need it in a more of an angle so you can see it. So, hold on. Let's get it just right. 3 times is the charm. And you know, not all mushrooms grow straight up and down, right? No, I don't like that. I'm taking it out again. I'm going to group it with the big guy. So, because mushrooms do grow in groups, so let's do 2 on this side. Like I have 3 tulips on this side, 1 on this side. So let's do 2 mushrooms on this side, 1 on that side. So we're kind of alternating. And I think 2 looks much better together. What do you guys think? Do you like it like that? Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So play with your design. If you put something in, you don't like it, just yank it back out and re-put it in. And until you say, oh yeah, that's it, you'll know. You go, oh yeah, that's it. So I still have a couple little pieces that I cut off. I'm going to save those because I might need them. Okay, so now let's put some eggs in. Because this is cute, but I think some Easter eggs are warranted now. We haven't even done the blooms yet. We might not need a lot of blooms, but we need some eggs. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw some metal picks on these. And we don't need them real long, but I think we're just going to cluster them all over the place. Whoops. That one didn't make it on. So let's get that a little tighter. Just getting a little excited here, and yeah, that's what happens. These are really thin pieces of wire I put on these too, so they're kind of like But these are going to be cute and bring out all the colors really, really nicely. See, Annie, this machine, you're going to love it. You take a little container of eggs and look what you turn it into. Okay, so let's start with the white ones. So I think I'm just going to broadcast them here and there, but I don't want white, pink, dark pink. I don't want them equally distributed, right? Because we want it to look natural. So let's start with a white one back behind that mushroom. And of course we've got a little fern that's kind of hiding it a little bit. It's kind of like how we did the wheelbarrow. We want things to be peeking up. They don't need to be front and center necessarily. You want a hint of them showing. It looks more natural. It makes it just look more interesting. And you'll have little arrangements like this. Like when I decorate, people go up and they start looking at them because it's like a little scene, you know. It's like making the little fairy gardens, right? You want it to look really interesting, so. Okay, I'm going to put one over here. So I'm just going to throw these in and then I'll show you. We'll put one of those by that guy. Let's see, maybe a white over here. I want a pink down here. This pink is too long. There's a short one. So some are short, some are long, so we're just distributing them. See how the eggs are coming along? Cute. Okay, let's do a raspberry coming out. And I'm actually putting this through the handle. So when you have containers with handles, just go right through the handle. It's okay. It works. So that'll be peeking out over there. Then we have a light pink. Let's put this light pink right back here. This mushroom. He's not doing what I want him to do. Right like that. Reposition this guy down a little bit because I don't want it to be too obvious. And then we position this. See, I'm repositioning everything. It's okay. That's what I do. Of course, I got to get down to that foam somehow. Your design just starts taking on a little life of its own, so you've got to decide where you want everything to land. And I don't like that. I don't want to cover the mushrooms. My mushrooms are getting in the way. And that's gonna, I took it out of the handle. It's gonna come around the front here. Okay, so that's pretty cool. See how they're here and there, just peeking out a little bit. I'm not gonna worry about the back because it's a one-sided arrangement. So we have one more pink. Where can we put it? Maybe back here. There we go. That looks good. So the front still looks a little odd. I mean, I've got greenery, but it doesn't look the greatest because we need to add the good stuff. So let's add that. Then I'll probably place a few more of the flowers and the little tiny flowers. Maybe some of the white too. I think it needs a little white. So let's break this bunch apart. It's so satisfying to just rip it apart. Wait till you guys get your fern in if you haven't already gotten it in. It is fun to rip that bunch apart. Okay, so I'm just weird, okay? I'm like, just rip it apart. Okay, so let's get some of this fern going because I think it's gonna really just soften it up. Right now, all the green is kind of like I'd almost call it like a hardscape. It's like it's too stiff. So we need the green. We do. You guys were right. We needed this green. It's going to soften it and really bring it out. So let's do that. So we're going to put some in the very back here to frame. And again, I'm going to put that little bend on it because our foam is back there straight up and down. But look at how that makes a difference right there. That one little piece right here just makes all the difference. So this is starting to come alive now. This is like a mini wheelbarrow. It really is. It's the same concept, you guys. Just adding all the little all the little pieces. I'm going to come through the handle on this one. Get another little piece of fern there. Separate it out. Oh, love this fern. And they haven't had this fern for probably, I mean, they have it in their normal greenery section in Michael's, like back by the wedding, you know? So expensive. It's been probably 3 or 4 years. And they came in with some really cheap, I hate it if anyone from Michael's is watching. They came in with some plastic stems of it. Very, very stiff and plastic. Like, where's that other? Oh, I tossed it back here. Where did I toss it? You know, the one that I used to begin with. Oh, this stuff. So this is very plasticky, okay? Even though this isn't Michael's. But it's not light and flowy like this. And they made this in this material, which is pure plastic. Yes, this is plastic too, but it's softer for some reason. I was so sad. I'm like, oh, where's the good stuff? So when I saw it this year, I was very excited. But yeah, we were missing that for a few years. So that's why I'm like, stock up while you can. What I need to do is find a wholesale, and I know they sell a wholesale, and just get some cases in so that when we do spring next year, I can just say, hey, it's in my online store, just go grab it. So it's available. So to market, I will probably go this coming year. Or I should say this summer, because do you know that when you go to wholesale market, you're shopping for spring in the late summer and fall? So weird, because we're going into Christmas season, but we're shopping for next spring. Okay, let's see. Pam loves the eggs, nice. Oh yeah, ceramic Easter bucket would be beautiful, beautiful, Annie. I would like that. Okay, so yeah, I really, really like this fern. I think what I'm going to have to do though, I picked that, but I'm going to take it apart because I need it little shorter ones. Let's do that. So for the front, so I got to get some going in the front here a little bit. So let's see, that should be about right. So taking it apart and making it a bit shorter. And then of course, once you pick them together, just bend them and pull them apart. So this is going to make the front look amazing. Amazing. But again, we're staying low because we don't want to cover that little guy up. We want to see those little webbed feet. So this is the challenge now, is getting that done without burying him. So I'm going to put this egg down a little lower too. And you know what? I need a lighter egg in front. I'm going to switch out the white one. See, I just keep moving the eggs around. And that's too low. So I start looking at the colors and going, no, that's not the right color for in front. Because it's, I've got the dark pink here and in here. There's too much dark pink in front, so I had to lighten that up. And the dark pink one can go somewhere else now. Maybe back here, let's see. And I really didn't have to put all of these in, but, you know, do I need another one? I'm going to leave that aside for now. We may not even need it, actually. Okay, so we got this guy. Hold on while I rearrange again now that I moved that. I'm going to put this fern down low, spilling out the front. Bend it a little bit. So here's how the front starts coming together. See the one piece, what a difference it makes? So let's do another piece. Cut this one down. And I think I'm going to use these two shorter ones. So cute. We haven't even put Landseer in yet. And it's looking cute just the way it is. I mean, really, we could stop after this. But you know I won't. You know I'll keep going. Because it's just what I do. There we go. Had to get down to the bucket. And a few random little pieces. I think I want one right behind him. Let's see if I can get that done. This is where I have to start moving things aside so I can get it right down in there. Because I want a soft piece. See how that little soft piece comes right behind it? Just looks really nice. Okay. So let's add a few before we do any more of this, because we may put some in at the very end. I want to add a few more elements. We're getting there. Before I make it any more crowded though, I'm going to add some of my moss. Because I want to put the moss underneath the duck. Or the chick. Whatever he is. How do you know? Is it a duck or a chick? I don't know. What do you guys think? So let's do that. So, ooh, that's a nice big piece. Let's use this piece. Coming apart? Nope. Okay, so again, needle nose. Grab your moss, put your glue on, place it. Don't burn your fingers. So I'm going to coat this pretty good. This is a large piece to go underneath him. Cover up that foam. Maybe too, oh, don't drip on my arrangement. Okay, too big. I should have looked better. So I'm going to rip it and place it. Moth surgery. Yeah, moth surgery. There you go. So I'm pulling it apart because those were a little bit big to get in there. I don't want to drag glue across his little webbed feet or anything. So this is working quite fine. I'm popping this guy out so I can really get in there, and then I'll put him back in. Because I really got to get under that guy. Oh, that looks good. Okay, this guy can go back in now. Much better. Okay, a couple more pieces and then I'll show you guys. Glue everywhere. So now we have a little bit of the moss right between his webbed feet and it goes underneath his body. But I wanted to get that done before we put any more elements in because it's going to get too crowded. So let me dust this off because I might need a little more at the end because remember how the one design I plugged some in? I think that was that bead wreath. I plugged some in between the little blooms and the greenery. I think we might do this here because it looks like that natural setting. But so it's cute now, right? We could stop. But I want it to pop a little more. It's kind of dark, right? So let's add just a few blooms, just a few, not a lot, just to brighten it up just a little bit. And even the back looks cute, even though there's not a lot going on back there, but it looks neat and nice. So let's start with the large ones. We only need a few. I like that there's a couple on one. Look, it has a little bud. You can see a little bud on these. These were good for Michaels. I mean, inexpensive. So, I like them. So I think we want one hanging out right behind the big mushroom. And it's just going to poke out a little bit, but look how bright. See the difference this makes right there? It looked good before, right? But look at it now. So sometimes you just need a little bit of white, and not a lot, just a few pieces. So let's see how we can change this up a little bit. Maybe one coming right out here at the front. Gotta make sure I'm hitting that foam. So, and these drape really nice too, so we're gonna have some drape out the front a little bit. And what I did was I picked up the fern and it's cradling those flowers because they are really droopy. Make sure I got that just right. So manipulate your blooms, you guys, and your ferns exactly how you want them. Okay, let's do another little short one here. Maybe this one's hanging out over here. And you can still see, let's angle that. I was covering that little mushroom. Let's see. How can I do that and not cover my mushroom? Just a little bit. So we have a little one right there. But see how it's just brightening it up? I love it. Love it. Okay, just a couple little pieces. And then let's see, do we have a single we do? Because those are all little clusters, but sometimes you just need a little single bloom. So here's little one. And I'm going to get this one right down in front here. Nope, too close. Man, that gave me trouble. Let's go right in here. There we go. Feeling for the foam. So little one right in there. So he's hanging out right there. What do you guys think of the white? Do you like the white blooms? Let's see. Yeah, Annie. See, you can make these. What's funny about it, she did that before the live. I don't know what you were talking about. Did you put picks on the end, the egg? Yeah, Annie, I went ahead and put all those little stems into the egg so they could glue really well, because I want them to really cool and be secure. I've done them before where I glue them during the live, and sometimes it'll just slide in further, you know, so I do them before so they have time. But yeah, so arrangements like this, like you go to the florist or to the grocery stores, they sell the fresh Easter arrangements. They're not cheap. I'm telling you, they are not cheap. And then they die. It's so sad. So I love doing this where it looks fresh, especially when you add the fern and the different elements, like the lavender looks real, the tulips look real, but you can put it away and use it next year. And for gifts, someone that is hosting Easter, this is precious to bring someone. It's just wonderful. The other thing is hospitals, people that can't have fresh flowers. Wouldn't this be cute to take someone that's in the hospital over Easter that can't have fresh flowers in their room? A lot of them can't. They say no flowers allowed. So here you go. I need to hit up the hospital gift shops and say, hey, do you guys want some of these? Because they're easy. And this one is rather large, but you could do this on an even smaller scale easily. So, okay, so I have a few white flowers in and I like it. I really do. I'm liking that. Let's see if I can get this one to go a little lower though, because they don't all need to be up in front. Just hanging out down there. Okay, but I want to add, I think, a little pink. And these are so tiny. So tiny. It's just going to be a little touch. I think I'm going to like it. Let's try it. So, we don't want to get too busy. It's a simple design, so we want to keep it simple. But sometimes bringing some of the flowers out, like, okay, it's pretty, right? But see when you bring some pink in to match the eggs, how it just goes, oh, that's a little better. So let's try that. Okay, so let's try to go right behind him again. We're layering all of this. And we've got our white flower, and then we have a little bit of pink hanging out. See our little bit of pink right there and what a difference it makes? Just a little accent. Little wildflower growing there. Let's put a few more. I have to take a picture. I did get some direct messages. Where is the lantern? I boneheaded. So yesterday I took off. You guys saw no live. I had so much to catch up on. And part of what I'm catching up on is my YouTube. So I forgot to take the picture and the video, so I'll do it tonight. And I'm adding lights into it, those little fairy lights I told you about. So I'm going to do the whole bottom arrangement, and then I'm going to run them up the little wooden rails and up into the top. It's going to be super pretty, so I'll take a picture with it lit. So, but I apologize, I didn't get that on there. Yeah, I kind of, took too much time off. They're like, where's the picture? I want to see that. I'm like, I'm so sorry. So I'll get that on for you guys to see. And I went and picked up, I did go to Hobby Lobby today because I needed some more of, where are those flowers? They're over here. I needed some of these. I needed some of these guys because these are going to go in the garland around the front door, so I picked up a bunch of these. But man, $8, they're only 40% off. I so miss 50% off because these would have been $4. But anyway, they're not that much more, but every little bit adds up. But so the blooms, all of the stems and bushes are on sale this week at Hobby Lobby. Oh, also, Easter went 40% off at Michael's. 40% off. So, like, I used a voucher to get my little guy that I put in the wheelbarrow. But if you're looking at any of those little Sisal, little bunnies and stuff, 40% off now. So, much better. So we're only going to use one stem of this. I think it's all we need. I think it's plenty. But it's just going to give us that little hint of pink that we need. So let's put this in here. And one more over here. So just a little bit, but it's so cute. So see with the little bits of pink, how cute, you guys? Just a little bit. So if you do this type of arrangement, whatever large elements you have, this is the dark pink and then I have light pink in the eggs. try to get some of that in your tiny little accent flowers. It'll just bring the whole thing together. And you don't need to touch. Because I could have picked up some big pink balloons. It would have been way too much. I almost thought of playing that game with you guys again. Should we use this or should we use that? And what I was going to show you were these. That we used on that little bead wreath. But do you see how these would be way too big for this? Way too big. So sometimes you just need one stem of a little accent flower. And it goes a long way. Just enough to get that little touch of pink in there. Just a few of these to get that in there. But what I want to see is, do we need this? Do we really need it? Let me take off a couple pieces. And what's your vote before I try to even set them in? Do you think we need the lamb's ear? Or do we leave the lamb's ear off? Everybody tell me, what do you think? So, or say yes, lamb's ear, no lamb's ear. You can just say ear, or try it out. You know, I can place it all in, and then we can take it out if we don't like it, if it's too much. So, because sometimes it just is too much. I don't know. I'm looking at this. Do we really need it? So, what do you guys think? So, this wreath is great because it has all these pieces around it. But what I would do is cut this down into 3. This one will be 3. So we'll cut all of these little pieces off. Because when I say add this, I'm talking little tiny accents. I don't want a whole big piece like this in here. Way too much. We want a very, very simple, very, very light accents. Let's see. Try it out. Not sure. Try it. Tiny bit. Yes. Okay. Hi, Pam. Roberta. Beautiful. Thank you, Roberta. So Melissa, try it out. And I agree. I think we should try it. I'm not sure, so I don't want to glue it. But let's try just a few pieces. So let me cut some of these down. Because like I said, little pieces. Little goes far. That's a nice little piece. And these we would just glue in. So I will literally just place them in so we can look. And then decide. So let's see. I've got that. Okay, so let me place a couple. Just a couple where I think they would land. Okay, that one's too big for there. Bigger leaves will go toward the back. Maybe a couple of these tiny guys in the front here. Oh, I don't know. Kind of cute. I like the tiny ones. But I don't know. You guys can decide whether I use them or not. I'm kind of wondering if gets it too busy, honestly, with these little pieces. But I don't know. Kind of cute. I think a few of them in the back might look cute, but I think that I don't know. Okay, I put just a few in. Can you see the difference now? What do you think? Yes or no? Can you see where they are? So like right here, there's a little piece. Here's a little piece. So they're kind of, you know, distributed in there. Do you like them? Do I glue them? Or do we take them back out? What do you think? Yes, yes. Pam says not needed. So we have 2 that say yes, 1 that says not needed. Anybody else? Melissa, what do you think? Melissa likes it. Let's see, who else? Rita. Rita, Rita, do you like it? Or did you vote? Yeah, Rita said yes. Frenchie says no. Jamie says yes. Pamela, I think, said yes ahead of time. Roberta, do you like it? Kathy, are you still with us? What do you think, Kathy? So right now, let's see. Martha says not needed. Kim says not needed. Hi, Kim. Thanks for watching today. It takes away from the bright color. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. not needed. Yes is 1. Linda says not needed. So the not neededs are outweighing the yes. Do you guys want my professional opinion? Not that I'm a pro, but do you want my opinion? So my personal opinion is no. So take a look at that. I mean, I like lamb's ear, but I think it's getting the arrangement too busy. I think it's like we've gone over the edge, okay? So look at it there, and now let me take it back out, okay? So let's pull this and look at how the detail pops a little more when you have less in there. Kind of like a less is more kind of a thing. So there it is now. So do you see how much brighter it is without it, which is weird because that's a lighter green. But the green is more vivid without it. And I think it does look better because it's a little bit less busy. So I think you guys are right on. I mean, I know a few of you really liked it. And it would be okay. But for my personal preference, I like it without it. So for those of you that said, get rid of it, I agree. And it might be easier like in person to see it than on screen. And let me bring it around. So I think between all of that, we've got the ferns. Let me see if I have enough in the back here. I need to plug a little bit of fern in the back. So let me do that super quick. Oh, using my hands. I'm going to burn myself. I know it. Where's my needle nose? Gosh, I'm always burning myself. So I can see a little bit of the foam, so I need to plug a little of this in. And remember I said we'll plug a little bit into the blooms? Let's do that. I'm going to show you how that brightens it. And honestly, I would rather put a little moss here and there than the lamb's ear. I think it would add a little more interest. And when you add the moss, there I am with my hands again. Come on, Kathy, get with it. When you add the moss, it looks more expensive. It really does. Not many people use the reindeer moss, and it just makes it pop. It's a little more expensive, and hopefully you guys can find it at Home Goods. If you can't, I mean, you're not doing volume like me. I'm doing a ton right now. But if you're just doing arrangement for yourself, get the little bag from Michael's or Hobby Lobby. It's fine. But I just think it's so cute. Okay, so I added a little bit to the back because the back is a little bit sparse, but I don't want to put any more in. You don't need to. But doesn't that just finish it off nicely, right? So now coming around the front, let's see what it would look like if I add a few pieces into the blooms a little bit. Like we have this little area here where the fern is spilling out. Let's try to put a piece in there. I think it'll look really nice. And it will actually open it up a little bit more. Won't look so congested. So right next to that egg, I'm going to place this and tap it down. And it continues it from, from the platform that the duck is on right into the arrangement. So kind of cute. I kind of like it. And then let's put a little piece out in front here. All right, I'm going to put a little piece right here by these pink blooms. I'm using my hands, trying not to burn myself. Little piece there. I kind of buried one of the mushrooms a little bit, but that's okay. You want them to look like they're growing out of something, so you just see the little head of the mushroom. And let's see, where else can I put a little piece? Looking for a bigger piece. Let me get into my stash. But you see how long this is lasting? I've been working on this bag for quite a while. It just goes really far. Because you only need little pieces. And that's because why? Why does it go far? Because we only add moss at the end. That is my motto, save your product. We only need little pieces to cover the little pieces of foam that's showing. So that's why I don't cover all my whole block before I start working. I don't feel there's any need to. It's just how I roll. I remember in the beginning when I was getting into floral design, I would cover the whole thing. And then I also had a hard time getting the stems through the moss. It would push it into the foam. Did anyone ever have that happen? That's horrible. It's like, oh great, there goes my moss right into the styrofoam. Now I gotta back it back out and I would just make a mess. It was horrible. So I like doing that. I like just adding it at the very end and plugging any holes I might see. Okay, so that little floppy guy is flopping around. So, and there's a little piece over here I need to plug. You know, and you gotta find just the right piece, right? We went to Oregon, we went to the coast, and the coast, when you go to the Oregon coast, and it's for those of you on the West Coast, they have, the redwoods there are ridiculous. They're towering, they're so beautiful. But the moss on everything, the ferns and the moss, this is what it reminds me of. It's like a scene out of there by the coast. But it's just so beautiful. And the moss just goes wild. And that's where a lot of the moss comes from. There's growers and harvesters in Oregon that, you know, harvest it all for the flower markets and whatnot. And it's just beautiful, beautiful. Gorgeous. If we go this summer, I'll take a picture of us sitting in a bunch of the fern and everything. Okay, so I think we're good. What do you guys think? I have quite the mess here on my table. So don't mind that, but let me bring this around and show you. It's just simple, right? Do you guys think you could make this? Wouldn't this make the cutest thing on your kitchen table or your buffet, if you have an entry table or a gift? You could take this, because it's very light and airy and it doesn't come out too far, wrap it in cellophane. How cute for a gift. It'd be adorable. Or just give it to someone as is. But let me bring it around so you can really see the detail. So there the little duck is with his little ears. You've got little eggs. And what I like is the mushrooms are kind of recessed. Then you see the little eggs pop up here and there. And all the little florals. Can you see the moss now in front? A little bit here, a little bit back in there. So it carries the moss out into the arrangement, and I think it really looks nice. Come around the side. And then I added the moss in the back just to camouflage the ends of the picks and the styrofoam. But we don't need a lot back there. But I like the look with the little tulips and everything. So like this bunch of tulips, there's still some left. I only used a few, so you don't always need a whole bunch of everything. Just little pieces. And like buying the lavender. This is that lavender bunch again from Hobby Lobby. Look how much I have left. So sometimes you just need a couple little pieces of it to make all the difference in arrangement. Just because you buy the whole pick, you don't need to put the whole pick in. So I have enough here, I can make a whole nother arrangement, and I actually have one more of these. So we're going to build one more. So any questions, you guys? How was that for today? Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Annie. So the moss comes from Ireland too? Oh yeah, because they have the same kind of climate, huh? I like that. You know, that's what I'm wondering. You know what I should do, Pam? It might be expensive because it's tall. Like when I was shipping before, when my website was up, and Juanita's not on right now, but she was one of our members, and I shipped a few things to her, and I do have a shipping app, but like I tried to get her the reindeer at Christmas, and it was like ridiculous. Shipping has gotten so expensive, I think, because of fuel and everything, but I think you can ship it, and what they have now is they have, when I went over to FedEx for one of them, like you can get the box, they'll pack it for you, but the guy goes, have you ever seen those, it's almost like expanding foam packs for packing, and what it is they put it down in the box, they put the item in the box, and then they break it, and it goes around the container, tight, 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 so this will not move. So they do have things like that would ship it, but they're like $8 each. So shipping on this might run $50, I don't know. And they go by the cube, and we've got to get this height. And this whole arrangement, and that's the bummer, because I would put all of these online and sell them. But it's like shipping would probably turn people off. It's like, oh my gosh, it's $50, $75 to ship it. I'm like, I know. So this little guy is about 22 inches tall, 21 and a half to 22 inches tall. And the width, if you count this, of course we could fold that in a little bit, but he's about 19 inches wide. So, and the depth, again, it's about the same, about 15 in the depth. So that's a pretty good size box, and you've got to have a little bit more than that. So, I don't know, but I think he would ship okay. I mean, you guys, he's very strong, so he's not coming apart, but yeah. Anyway, that's my shipping thing. We're going, thank you, Rita, thank you, Linda. We're checking into shipping. So, exciting news. So I'm working on my, we were working on that all yesterday afternoon, last night, working on the YouTube. So, and this is the thing. My YouTube was used for membership. I'm not doing membership anymore. I can't do it right now. So I don't know if I'll bring it back. I kind of like giving you guys everything for free. I really do. There's a different pressure when you have membership. There really is. But anyway, so we've been working on the YouTube. It has all the membership lives on it. Pam and Rita and some of you remember all the membership lives. So my dilemma is I'm thinking of just publishing them for everyone. So, and yes, membership's paid for all of this, but you no longer have access either. Kajabi is who I use for membership, with all the other ones, they're gone. I had to let Kajabi go. It was, at one point I was paying $400 a month for Kajabi, so to have enough storage on it, but I don't retain any of those videos. When I canceled it, they don't give them back to you, they're gone. So, the thing is I can publish it, everything on YouTube that I have, and some of the membership actual monthly courses I do have on flash drives that we can upload. So that's what we're thinking of doing, is just pushing everything over there, so you have the great views with all my professional cameras that are in this room, where I'm using a phone, which isn't nearly as good. I have a microphone, the sound is better, everything, and I know that, like Rita, Pam, some of you can attest to that. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. I just, you know, I don't want the members to be upset that I paid for all that. Well, yeah, you did, but it's like any subscription service. Like if you have Dish Network, the minute you cut the subscription, you don't have access anymore. But I would like to bring the access back for the members and everyone, because I've had members asking, can I get this video, that video? It's locked up on YouTube right now. Some of them I can't get back because they're locked up in Kajabi, and I learned my lesson with Kajabi. But not that it's a bad platform, but I think that when you leave, you should be able to pull your content off, but you can't. So Pam says you should sell those tutorials like other designers do. We value your time and creativity. So eventually I probably will. They're on YouTube, but I can't pull them off YouTube either. I mean, the only way I could sell them is like when I did the kits. You would get a code, and the code would let you access that particular link to the YouTube that's unpublished. So I have YouTube. If you guys search Big Barn Blooms, it comes up, but it's not published. And it says there's no content because it's all private. So that's what we're toying with right now. What do we do, or do I just create all new content? I'm trying to see if I can take those videos and, like, you know, start get my website going again, where you can buy a digital link to it. So that's what we're working on. So I had to have yesterday off to just sit on the computer and figure this out. So, and then we're figuring out the website, because I would love to sell little things like this, and we got to figure out shipping. So all that is in the works, you guys. And we may try to end up selling some links, but for now it's free. So I'm just giving you what I got, you know, and it's helping me get back into working after like 3 years. So, and I love doing this. So, yeah, so that's, and then one of the other biggest questions when we do workshops like this bunny right here is, can I buy access to that tutorial? And someone today, I can't remember who it was, said, and basically an ingredient list. I don't have a way to film yet. A lot of people have asked me that, because I'm in my kitchen, and we actually do the workshops in my kitchen right now, because I have a big kitchen nook and a big farmhouse table they all sat at. Those are the pictures you guys see. So, but I'm like, can I figure out how to do one separately that has a private link where you could actually buy the link to that project? But, and then I'm thinking that comes back around to kids, where I send you the product and then you can do it with the video that I do. So we're thinking about all of that. It's just what direction to go into. So we'll see. We haven't made all the decisions yet, and figuring how to bring it all to you. So, but it's coming, and the website's coming too, because I am going to sell small things and supplies again and whatnot. So we're getting it off the ground. It was so sad because we started this in, I'm trying to think how long I've been online now, but we really started gearing up and everything 2019, 2020, and then COVID hit, and it just took it down, and then I got COVID, and I went, so yeah, so here we are, we're back. But thanks for listening to all that, because what's a girl to do? I'm like, oh my gosh. So, and for me, I got to tell you honestly, it is weird to charge for something that I love so much. It really is. I know that sounds Yankee, like sure, but it really is. It's hard for me to charge for this because I love doing it. It's like, it's so easy too, and I want to share it. So thank you, Pam. Thanks for your stars. And yeah, stars, you guys, that's one way if you want to thank me. Stars is, and I don't know what the conversion, it's like a penny a star or something that I get, and then Facebook, you have to end up at $100 before they send you money. But anyway, so that's how stars, and I think there's just stars, Pam, is there? I haven't really researched that because I'm working on everything else right now. I'm getting caught back up to what is going on social media after being gone for 3 years, so that's what we're working at. Annie, I'm glad you found me too. So we've got a lot of new people coming on, which is awesome. And we have different directions we want to go in, so we're just figuring it out. So anyway, for today, I'll stop talking about all that. I'm going to get a picture of the lantern. I'll get a picture of this little guy. And remember, my sale is coming up. If you're in California, in the Redding area or nearby, and want to travel, all of these items will be for sale because I don't have room for all these bunny arrangements. There's no way. So we're going to have a sale so we can sell all the samples of all the designs that I'm teaching. So anyway, you guys have a great Tuesday night. We'll figure out what I'm going to do live tomorrow. I know I've got quite a few here. And I've got to post that one class sold out. The Bunny Dough Bowl one is the one I'm going to post next. No more classes this weekend. So the first week of March, we're going to have several classes. So like a week and a half from now. So those are coming up if you're in the area and want to go to some classes. So workshops, classes, whatever. So anyway, have a great night. Tomorrow it will probably be afternoon again because I got to figure out what I'm going to do, and I've got some work to do in the morning. So I'll send. I know today was a late notice. So I'm sorry about that, but we had some stuff to do. So we'll be on tomorrow with another live. And thank you. I love all the little hearts coming up. It's so cute. And you guys are so welcome. I love sharing my talent with all of you. We'll have more. So thanks for watching. You guys make this what it is. So, and we'll be back tomorrow. So have a great night. And I'll quit yapping because I just keep talking. It's what I do. You know what I mean? All right. Good night, guys.